Brisbane Yamaha knows boats.
Hi, I'm Aaron Goodchild, the owner of Brisbane Yamaha. And what I've got here is a Trident. Trident 690 hardtop, the flagship of Quintrex's range. Right, oh, it's a Quintrex, is that hardcore? Well, I'll tell you, this is actually my boat. I've had hundreds of boats in my life, I can have anything. You probably saw my last one was a yellowfin 760. Right, I love that, but someone loved it more and they wanted to buy it off me. So what I thought is, what do I really want? I've got a family, I've got 4 kids, I've got a wife, my youngest kid's only 8, right? I like canoe fishing. Let's load up a Trident. Now Tridents, make no mistake, right? If you're looking for a plate boat, it's 5mm hull. 5mm. Oh, I want 6mm. It's never gonna break. The only reason you want 6mm is it adds weight. Now this thing's got 200 litres of fuel. You can put another 75 litres if you want it. Fill it up with fuel and see how it works. You know, let's face it, you go out again in one of these, go up against a bar crusher, go up against the Satees, go up against an AMM, go up against, oh, I tell you, I imported Kiwi craft, a great sort of thing, like a Staby craft. I loved it. I had it for years. It was a famous boat. This thing's way better. Before you spend too much money on your boat, come and look at the Quintrex range with Yamaha. Now, start at the front and I'll show you what I've done with it. It's a beautiful looking boat. I put the anchor winch on it, drum winch. Why? Because when I go out with the family, I like having a drum winch, it's just easy. I've put the boat catch on it, right? Because I want to rose it up and down. My wife hates doing anything with boats. She sits in, has a bit of chicken, a bit of Chardonnay, does some water skiing, loves fishing. Always outfishes me, but that's not hard. Now, have a look at this hull, Dan. It's got the blade hull. We've spoken about it. Quintrex have got a heap of different hulls. They've been revolutionary. But for offshore fishing, this is the top. Now, why is it? 5mm and it's been stretch moulded. Quintrex use a special aluminium that tempers as it's stretched. It's actually stronger than 5083. Now get it, hit it with a ball bean hammer, hit it with your neighbour's head. I can tell you, it will not knock. You can drop it off the trailer and tow it behind the car, it'll be all right. The boat catch and release, we've shown you how they work. They're just a wonderful thing, such a simple idea. I wish I had have invented it, I would have painted it, made millions. Now we've got Quintrex's aluminium trailers. Look at it. Full drive on trailer, you know? It's so easy. A boat this size, there's absolutely no way you can just tow this on. And how far? We've done a towing one. You lower it into the boat's just about to float off and just drives on, drives off beautifully. Now, self-draining decks. It's got the Volvo trim tabs because a boat this size in big waves, and today, right? Because people criticise me, go on a calm day. Well, today's blowing a gale. It is going to be a mess out there. We might smash a drone. Dan's going to get wet. Not in this, because it's a hard top. Now, look down the side what we've done. You know, I get a rebate off Quintrex. I get a rebate off Yamaha. It's the Yamaha Fishing Team boat, right, with the Yamaha emblem on the top. That's just for me, because it's my boat, and I'll lend it out. You can come out and attest. Let's look inside, because these things are special. I'll show you what I've done. Now have a look at this. Quintrex's new range, new brochure, 2017-218. Here's the Trident, 610s. I love a 610, I love a 610 Territory Legend. 690s, up to 690 in soft top and hard top. Hard top's brilliant with a curved glass screen. Here's the specs. Dan will freeze on that. Now a lot of them we sell with a 250. I went with a 225, right? The reason I went with the 225, I love them. 225, 250, 300. Right, they don't use, they're the same motor. Right? They're beautiful. This thing goes like a rocket. Now, have a look in here, Dan, just so you can see. We got the rear lounge that folds up and goes away. We got the self-draining decks. We got the fully welded in floor, look at it. Fuel tank underneath. We got fish storage at the front. We got live bait tank welded in. Look at this. We got a deck wash. Fully welded hulls, glass window in for the bait tank, which is made out of aluminium. You'd get, look at the size of it, perfect for slimies, right? I put slimies, I put mullet in there, I put whiting in there, you know? Whiting a good bait, well underestimated. Welded in, solid cleats, you could lift this thing with a helicopter if you want. Good solid bait board, a couple of drinks, you put a couple of cans of Coke there, you know, you put 5 rods. Have a look over here, turn over here, because I'm talking fast because I want to get out in the water because it's blowing a gale. Have a look at this. It's all right for me, I'm 6'4", you know? I'll just reach up and grab a rod. But what if you're not 6'4"? Well, it's easy. Pull the pin, tilt it down. Look at that. Attention to detail. Quintrex. Now, we've got some fish boxes. We've got some storage under the seats. We've got a big glove box here. And look at these seats, Dan. I've got a rail for my feet. We've got the Yamaha 6YC gauge. We've got a radio. We've got the switch for the anchor winch. Right, we've got the Volvo trim tabs here. We've got the separate key switch that comes with a 704. We've got a drink holder down here. I've got a slot here that I put my phone in. I can put a lot of things in there. And I've got this great big beautiful Humminbird, you know, with the 6YC gauges. You know, I went with the SOLIX 12 because I can. Does everything. You know, it's beautiful. And I'll probably put another one up here because what I like is I like to have one for navigating, right? I might even put an autopilot in this, I don't know. But I like one for navigating and then I like a sounder for looking at the fish. That way when I'm looking back and I see a school of fish come over, I can look at it, everyone else can. And I put it in the middle because most times the passenger drives the sounder and I drive the nav, right? We've got windows. Look at these windows. Beautiful. Tempered glass. All lined. You can put stuff up in here. Look at this windscreen, will you? Curved glass. Australian made. Look at it. Look at that. That does not come on the average boat. And in here. Look at this. Massive storage. I'm 6'4" and I can stretch out. I could roll in here. I tell you. If you've got a boat like this, you'd be lucky to keep the girls out of there. You think girls would like me more, but they don't. Anyway, probably because I spent too much time fishing. Look at these seats. I love this. Right, what do is, I move that seat to there. I sit here, right, got rods out, maybe I'm sitting there, maybe I'm on that side. I'm probably not sitting back here and driving at the same time, trawling. You know, you catch billies here, you can go out, bottom bashing, you can do anything in this boat. But what I can tell you, it is a serious bit of kit. This is a serious offshore boat. It's under 100 grand, right? Because you'd expect that with something like this, right? It's cheap. If you went to buy another one, it'd be 180, 150, right? Any other brand, and it won't ride as good. Now, what we're gonna do, it is blowing a gale, right? The only boats in this whole boat, in this boat park, are mine, right? Every other boat here is one of my boats and we're doing a YouTube. Because no one else has got the guts to go out or they're not stupid enough. Let's go in the water and see how this baby goes. Here I am in my 690 Trident and I can tell you it's blowing a gale. There's not another car out, there's not another car and a boat in the car park, and I know why. Because it's a disaster out here. I'd never come out on a day like this, but I tell you, on a 690, this thing is a weapon. Now, I'm not joking. You have a look at the footage. It is blowing up to 40. There are 2 metre waves. It's a horrible chop, and this 690 is eating it. Now, you know, people always say, take a boat out when it's rough. Well, the reason I don't is, you know, because it's hard on a drone. As you can see, your drone can't keep up. The thing will do 80 Ks. But it won't keep up with this 40 knots of wind, and this 690 of mine absolutely hammers. You know, I'm going through, at the moment, the boat, right, I'm eating this chop, doing 40s, 50s and 60 kilometres an hour in a sea that no one would even go in. And how do you do it? Now you watch this. What you got to do, like I always say to people, you got to commit. You got to find a wave, you ride it, you stand up. Now you see the wave in front of you, and what you got to do is feel the boat. Feel it go up and down the waves, and then when you see the wave in front that you think you can get on top, you have to commit. You have to commit and you have to floor it. You can't get up on top and you can't then back off, right? Because if you back off, it'll just smash the front down into the water. So you got to commit. Commit it, give it some power, back off, get on top of that wave, and let the Quintrex hull do the work. Because that's the thing. You know, a lot of people say, what's a Quintrex hull? Well, these things are 5 mil. 5 mil. It's not about anything. You're never going to crack one. I haven't seen a boat cracked in years, right? Other than some custom plate boats and some crappy brands. But Quintrex don't, right? The thing about extra plate is weight. Now, fill your boat with fuel, it'll do some better. Heavy, right? Heavier boat
in the water will perform better. So fill it up with fuel and then get out there, put your mates in it. This 690, the other day I took my family out, like this, like a day like this, squirting that water out. You know, we went out to Deep Tempest, we looked at whales, we looked around, spent a whole day, you know, and basically the thing will do with a 225. Have a look at this thing go at the moment. Look at that wave that I just hit. And it's smooth, it's soft inside. Yeah, well, we were out there. I did a whole day, and I spent $100. I did 103 litres, Deep Tempest, out to Hutchies, back to Tangalooma, flat out the whole time, 100 litres. These 225 4.2 litre Yamahas are unbelievable. Now, wait on. Let's get back to this 690, because I'm telling you, if you're looking for a big offshore boat, you should have a look at this. You could save some money. You go and have a look at any of those. You look at a Surtees, you look at a Bar Crush, you look at a Staby Craft, you look at any custom boat. I'm telling you, you're not going to do this. This thing is dry. It is a shocking weather. And have a look. You know, I can get up. You know, now you watch this thing. I'm coming into it. It's blowing a gale. Watch this hull work it. You know, hopefully the drone can see all this. It's squirting it out low, it's squirting it out hard. And the way what you do, and it's soft. Yeah, we're standing up. Dan's hanging on for his life. But it's soft in here. It comes over and bam, comes down and squirts it out. No water comes on the windscreen. I've got a tempered glass windscreen. I've got them great Quintrex seats. And have a look at this thing. I'm doing 65 in conditions where most people would be doing 20 if they could. I'm telling you, most people wouldn't even do it. The drone can't keep up with me. The drone can't keep up because it can do 80. We're doing 40 and I'm doing 60. I've got 20 on it. You know, it is unbelievable. These 690 Trident, I've had a lot of work boats, you know, and all of them have been good. I used to be an importer of a Kiwi craft, and I can tell you this thing would eat it. I'm doing 57 kilometres an hour, and I'm using 51 litres. You know, that's amazing fuel economy. A 4.2, it's a 225, in weather, pushing it. Now have a look at this thing in a moment. Look at that hull eating this chop. Now, you really, if you're serious about buying a boat, you need to come in one of these. You are going to save yourself thousands. You'll get yourself a better boat. The hull just straightens up. Yeah, we've got trim tabs on them because all big boats work better with the trim tabs. But I can tell you, if something goes wrong, this boat just sells rights. And that's one of the good things. Any of those boats with a real sharp V, they can be bloody dangerous in the wrong hands. You take your eyes off the water. Look at it, pushing that wave out. It is amazing how these blade hulls work. And they're keeping it dry. I haven't even got water on my windscreen. And look at that one. Jesus, that is a big wave in front. If you were in the boat, you'd be shitting yourself. I think Dan's shitting himself, but anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm standing up because in a big boat, in waves, you stand up, you take the shock with your legs. That's how you are all the time. And this thing is comfortable. I could get across in Tangalooma anytime, half an hour in 2 metre waves, blowing 40. Remarkable. Do yourself a favour. If you're serious about buying a big boat, you call the team at Brisbane Yamaha and come on the water.